It shows progress that you did admit to cheating and show like I'm proud of you.
I feel better already.
All right, guys, I never do this, but I got to give you an insane cringe warning on this one because you're about to see a side of Big Ed that honestly none of us should have seen. I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? Make sure you watch till the end of this one because this is quite insane, but I couldn't stay away for too long. We're doing back-to-back with this 90-day The Last Resort mini-series they're doing with Big Ed and Liz out here in paradise where they're basically getting therapy for 2 weeks, and in the last episode, we just saw them arrive. It was kind of an intro episode, but now we're fast-forwarding to the first day of their actual therapy, and as confusing as it is, they're doing some sort of like elementary school game together where one of them is blindfolded and the other partner has to lead them through this like very juvenile obstacle course. So let's just see how that goes. I'm sure Ed will play fair, right? It's just his, you know, that's exactly his personality and everything.
I know I can do better than them.
I'm not looking forward to winning. I'm looking forward to crossing the finish line.
I'm looking forward to
building with
winning.
trust.
So clearly they're not having these people fly out here to the middle of, you know, this beautiful area to play a game like this for fun. That's not what's actually building your relationship. This is clearly going to be a thing where they're trying to communicate and gauge how well they are communicating in a, quote, stressful environment where they're, you know, having to rely on each other to be fast. And instead, Big Ed's like, I want to win, bro. I need to prove that I'm athletic because everybody looks at me and they can tell that I'm the opposite of that. And I need to prove them wrong, even though it's physically not possible for me to be faster than a lot of these smaller, more athletic guys.
1, 2, stop.
Down.
Right, stop, slow down. Right. That. I think he can see.
Okay, bro. No way, Ed. You are such a lying cheater, bro. This dude can see. His fat cheeks lifted the mask enough for him to look down and be able to see his feet clearly. Because literally Liz is not even giving him instruction, and he's perfectly dodging and weaving between these cones. Every time I see Big Ed, I think of how he was as a child, and I know that he, you know, says that he got picked on back in the day, but so much of that had to have been brought on by himself just because of how he acts and how hard he needs to prove himself to be the best and the coolest. Obviously, you're a loser if you're cheating in a game like this where it's more about communication, but instead he's like, I gotta win, I gotta be fast.
Don't cheat, Big Ed.
Slide to the right, stop.
You know you're not listening to anything I'm saying?
Hang on, he can see over here for sure.
Liz has literally just given up on talking and he's like going through it as if nobody can tell that he's cheating. And all the other couples here who are equally as problematic in their relationships, trust me, I don't get into their series, but everybody else here is struggling on a very, you know, fundamental basis with their relationship. Like none of them know how to communicate. None of them are very nice people, but they all can tell that Ed's cheating. And this dude is just making himself look like a bigger loser by the minute. All because he wants to be a weird, sweaty tryhard in a game that truly doesn't matter.
Oh!
Great teamwork. He can see the whole thing.
So they finish their obstacle course and everybody claps out of, you know, niceness, but they're all like, bro, come on, Big Ed. Why are you being so Big Ed-like right now?
Good job, Ed. Let me see if you can see out that mother. You went too damn fast.
Let me see it.
Hell yeah, look at there. Ed, you a mother trip.
And at the end, he gets congratulated by the other most nasty person on this show. And I can say that because literally, not only physically, but personality-wise, this woman is even more disgusting than Big Ed. And she's giving him props for cheating because she's the other type of loser in this show that would just go out of their way to prove their worth by doing something like that. When instead, everybody else that's normal here is looking at Big Ed and thinking that it's just kind of sad he wants to try so hard and beat everybody because it shows how truly insecure he is.
This is therapy.
I studied the course.
You're supposed to be taking this serious.
That was not teamwork. We can all tell that you can see.
And you can already hear the disdain in Liz's voice. She's like, dude, you literally are the most embarrassing person to ever be out in public with. And I don't get why she doesn't get sick of this freaking feeling because, you know, every time they go out in public, even when they're not being filmed, this dude is just trying to cause attention to himself or trying to outdo other people and just being the most sad, pathetic old man. It's like, why would you even want to spend the rest of your life with this, Liz? Run, run, run.
Whoa, a new world record.
Cheaters never win, mother.
Not gonna fight.
And this other team of Angela and her teammate that she picked because her partner is like having to do FaceTime on this series. It's a whole thing. They actually beat Ed's time without cheating and then they go and celebrate on his ass, and it just makes me so happy to see people literally kick dirt at him. Also, look at this little baby boy kick. Like, what the hell are you doing, Ed? You're just so embarrassing, dude. I cannot handle it, but I also love it so much. Keep going.
I don't trust Liz.
and I wasn't listening. I had a focus, I had a goal, and I was gonna do whatever I could, you know, to win.
So then they have their therapy session after, where it is revealed by the therapists that are doing this, obviously your times don't freaking matter. That was an exercise for us to get a gauge on how good you're communicating, and since Ed just ran through and cheated through it like he always does, Big Ed the cheater, what's new? He didn't even let Liz talk. She was like, you're not even listening to me, and he just kept going through. So they get an F on that grade. They were probably the worst couple out of all of these couples, and again, I gotta remind you, all the rest of these couples are a complete train wreck as well, so that's really saying something. But he finally admits to cheating here, basically, and just watch Liz's reaction. It's the most embarrassing thing.
And that's why I cheated.
I'm happy that he was honest, and now it's changing my, like, I feel better already.
Liz, I'm sorry, but the one word I have to describe you at this point is absolutely pathetic. You are so pathetic. It is crazy. This man gives you an inch and you give him a mile. You know what I mean? Like, this dude just admitted to cheating in this game that you would have on field day for the last day of elementary school out in freaking recess, that nobody in their right mind should try that hard in. He admits to cheating in that. Not even to cheating on you in your relationship and trying to hit up Rose. Never mind that. He just admits to cheating in this game, and she instantly turns into like a cringy Key and Peele skit character where she's like, honestly, it really changed my viewpoint now that you mentioned that you cheated and you actually like admitted to it. I feel a lot better, and I'm just really proud of how far you've come with this therapy. Like, dude, you are giving him so much credit for so little, and that's what happens in this relationship, and what causes it to just be such a wreck 24/7 is she puts up with the smallest amount of apologies from this man and just acts like everything's kosher. Like, I'm sorry, your man's a loser. But now the therapy's over and it's time for them to party for the first night here. And let's just say this is where things get absolutely dastardly in the cringe department, all right? Honestly, visuals warning, you really might want to close your eyes for this one.
We're out of resort. You can't do that here.
So, like, this isn't a resort that's being rented out by TLC or anything. There's literally other guests still here. And this man just took off his shorts just to hop in this hot tub. Like, it was just totally chill that he can do this out in public. I'm sorry, I might sound like a Karen and be like, oh, you're no fun. But, like, obviously nobody should be subjected to seeing this in the first place, let alone us. Why'd you have to do that to us, TLC? And secondly, that's just literally indecent exposure, dude. Put your freaking pants on. You're even making Liz feel uncomfortable. She's laughing about it right now, but I guarantee you she'll be mad about it later.
This ain't a hot tub. This is my bathroom.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
What the hell, Ed? I mean, I know it's Angela we're talking about here, which, like I just said, she is like the even more disgusting female version of Ed, but you can't do that to a random person and just subject them to that. Literally, TLC should have stepped in here and be like, dude, that's not okay. Unless this was a scripted event, but I really think by the reaction that it definitely wasn't.
How you doing? Hey, I just want to salute you.
Well, since you did that, how about that?
Oh God, oh no, dude, no. Oh man. Guys, I didn't think I'd be brought to tears by this series, but I'm literally on the verge of crying from being subjected to this. How is this my job right now to react to this? Like, seriously, this is one of those times where I'm having an out-of-body experience doing this voiceover reaction, and I'm just like, what the hell did I do in my life to get to this point where I am watching this unfold before my very eyes? I guess that proves that Angela was the perfect person to do this to, but still, I think these two are just another level of disgusting, bro. Like, what is going on here? Please, both of you, keep all your clothes on. Nobody wants to see that.
Ed, not to be smart, but we can give you an extension.
Oh my God, the water's cold.
Yeah, that excuse doesn't work, Ed. It's a hot tub, buddy, so it should have the opposite effect. Anyways, now the other couple comes in, and I didn't show it, but actually Ed calls this dude a female dog, if you catch my drift, when he calls Ed out for cheating in the game earlier, and this dude is just pissed at Ed, so they're gonna have this tense hot tub conversation, just because, you know, it wasn't already cringe enough seeing Ed without his pants. We have to go further into the uncomfortableness.
When Meemaw told me Ed was in the tub, I was like, oh God, why? And I'm in the water, oh God. Ugh.
Okay, buddy, I don't really need to explain this to you, but that's not really how it works. Like, the water's still getting up everywhere, no matter if you got your shorts on or not, so it's the same water, but that is such a funny childish response. Like, ew, seriously, didn't have pants on? I got out of the water. Like, this is wiener water now, what the heck?
And you know that you like to take over all the conversations.
You're making a
Don't.
negative observation. And if you
No, I'm not making. I'm asking a question.
No, you're not.
There's a difference. See, you cut me off.
And this other dude is getting triggered talking to Ed right now because they're trying to have a normal conversation. And as you guys know, Ed has to steal the spotlight every single time. So he'll ask them a question, they start responding, and he'll just start yapping over them like crazy, talking about some other thing that doesn't even relate to it or trying to give them life advice when he's the one that seriously most desperately needs help out of everybody here in terms of the life department. And I think this dude's getting fed up. Like, I would not be surprised if the cameras weren't here, if this would be one of those moments where Ed just gets humbled a little bit physically, you know what I mean?
when somebody comes out and makes a blanket statement that I'm like, I take
No,
over
and
every
you just
conversation.
cut me off as I'm talking to
No,
you
no,
about it.
people-
This
hold on.
is the-
And now as things are heating up, I can tell the producers told them to shut the bubbles off because they knew some fighting was about to go down and, you know, the audio was a little bit iffy. But literally, he is pressing Ed right now. Like, dude, you do not shut the hell up. Do you need more attention or something? Like, you clearly are famous from this show. Why do you still have such a desperation for attention?
That's
So
all
I
I'm
think we need to
saying.
stop enabling and start working on it.
So Angela's making some good points that I need to be more responsible for my behavior, and I agree with her.
And Ed kind of backs down like a complete wuss and is just like, you're not gonna scare me. Even though he's clearly scared at this moment. And Liz is just so embarrassed. She's not saying a single thing. Angela steps in and is like, Ed, you do kind of talk over everybody, which is rich coming from her because, again, they are carbon copies of each other. Actually, they deserve each other. That would be the funniest way for this to end up, since her date is having to like do this whole thing over iPad, Skype, and Liz is clearly not interested. Liz should just ditch his ass and they can end up together because they would be the perfect disgusting couple that absolutely deserves each other. Really, that's where the episode ends. They're just fighting in this hot tub and it seems like everybody is going to be completely hating Big Ed's guts even more by the end of this 2-week session. So I am ready for that. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on everything. If you made it to the very end of this video, you're an absolute legend, and I will have more videos that aren't Big Ed coming this week, as well as more updates on this show, because I'm trying to get these episodes done right as they come out. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you drop a like, as well as subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an upload of mine, and I appreciate you watching to the end of this one. Until next time, peace out.